Hey guys, so I just got an email from Paulo, one of the viewers, and he had a pretty good suggestion. I looked into it and I decided that this is something I should make a video on. So, what we're interested here is talking about Washington Prime specifically. Paulo says that when I saw he doesn't have much march size, only 5% for getting the red stars, started to think how irrelevant are those 5 stars in his final total damage. For a quick lazy view of the numbers, it looked like his final damage with ZR red stars might be bigger than most of the other generals. Being a first time freeish player, I've got Martinus Awakened and Napoleon Prime because you have different outcomes in two videos because one has Roland with the March size book and result. I'm still not sure if Roland or Laudon is the best free alternative in terms of future use. Washington Prime with 0 red stars is better than those free options. Many players can build on that. All of that just to ask if Washington Prime 0 red stars is a better option than most other generals. Thank you for your time reading this and for making all those videos that put a new perspective on the game. So if we come into the actual stats, we're not just going to look at Washington Prime, we're also going to look at Napoleon and Andre, since those three are the top in total effective damage. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to change these skill 5 column to match their base skill column. So what this is going to do is it's going to update the calculator to it'll reference their base ascension instead of the 5-star full ascension. Now, with that updated, if we sort by largest to smallest, Washington Prime is still the highest damage overall, even at 1 stars. Andre and Napoleon fully ascended are above him, but yeah, he beats everybody else. Andre does pretty good at base skill as well. 85 billion, not slacking too far behind the other top contenders, so Andre is definitely usable at a base level. Napoleon, 79 billion. Laudon is better than him, which is the one we're looking at, and Polygenus. So it's not that huge of a difference though. And when we look at the health and survivability, Polygenus has a bit more health. Yeah, they both have a bit more health. So Laudon and Polygenus, the two Trial of Knights generals, are better than Napoleon Prime. It's not a huge difference though, so keep that in mind. Comparing to Roland with a base level Napoleon Prime, it's pretty much the same damage, and health is Roland has slightly higher health, so they're about comparable. So yeah, but when we look at Washington Prime, he's still far better than everybody else. Even a fully ascended Hestia, the only edge she has over him is she has about an extra 100 defense, which is very significant, but not as much as you would consider for the amount of money that you would have to get to fully ascend these guys. So yeah, Andre is still, his defensive and HP stats are a little bit low, but still very usable. Comparing him to Roland, he's lacking about 60% defense and about 40% HP. So yeah, fully ascended Roland is probably going to perform a little bit better, but it's not. It's a trade-off for damage for survivability with this case. Yeah, looking at this makes me rethink some things. I hadn't thought of running the numbers for the base against the 5-star Ascension free generals, and this is crazy. It really highlights one of the issues with Evony, that the premium generals are just that much better than the free generals as well. So this is definitely something that I think Evony should address. I don't think that this is fair in any way, that there is such a huge disparity. But for the stats that we have now, if you have Washington Prime just at all, he's literally better than any other general. So yeah, And if you watched my other video comparing Washington Prime as an all-around general, he's viable as a general for every other March type as well. You won't get great results, but you will get halfway decent results. So, and the difference with this isn't that much because all these stats are mounted towards mounted. You're only losing 5% march size, so he's still going to perform as an all-around general. So this really just cements that Washington Prime is the absolute most broken general in the game. It's not even, yeah, it's crazy how OP they made him. Washington Prime is still the best. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So even at lower levels, Washington Prime 0 stars is still your absolute best option. Loudon beats out Andre a little bit by terms of that. Polygen is right below Andre. So for lower levels, Loudon or Polygenus fully ascended are going to be better than Andre, but not by much. And at higher levels, it's pretty much they're going to be the same. Andre's going to suffer a little bit from survivability. Napoleon Prime falling down in the damage, but not too crazy. He's still beating out Roland. So yeah, any of these three generals are going to be very usable at 0 stars. Now, let me show you why I chose these ones. It's because of their march size. When we look at the total increased attack and we see who is up here, we're looking mainly at the march size and then the damage, and we're looking to compare to see how much they get from their main skill. And these three didn't get a ton from fully ascending them. They got a lot of regular attack, but they didn't get very much march size, so those are good ones to look out for. If you want to look for generals like this in other categories, honestly, just look at the top 3 generals, copy their base skills, paste them in here, and then look at the results, and you'll be able to compare it for yourself. To be honest, I'm just at a loss for words with this. In any other game, a system like this with a character that's so broken, overpowered at a base level compared to another general that is at their full potential and they're still better. This is truly like it's not a balanced game at all. And yeah, looking at that, it just makes me realize the disparity between the two even more. So I don't know, Evony. Fix your game. This isn't acceptable. Yeah, that's all I got. If y'all found this video informative, then hit like or something.